Today, we shall be learning how to ride a unicycle. So this is my unicycle. It's a generic, unbranded unicycle because maybe I don't like big unicycle like Chris Holm and NIMBY, or maybe it's because I was a teenager with not a lot of money. On inspecting your unicycle, you will see various components. Number 1, the wheel. Number 2, the pedal. Number 3, the other pedal. Number 4, the stem. Number 5, the saddle. And let's take a moment to discuss this saddle. It seems it was invented by a sadist or masochist, depending on whether or not they actually rode a unicycle. It's called a banana saddle because it hugs all your parts, like putting a banana on your taint, and it's as uncomfortable as that sounds. Science alert! A unicycle is an example of an inverted pendulum. That's the word I want. So a pendulum looks like this, and an inverted pendulum looks like this. I think we all can see which one's inherently more stable and why unicycling is a trick.
Get on with it!
First, we must learn how to mount the unicycle. For this technique, what you want to do is take the saddle and squeeze it in between your thighs. Then, take whichever foot feels the most comfortable and place it on a pedal. You want to make sure that whatever pedal you place it on is facing vertically down, for reasons I shall explain shortly. And then, without putting too much weight on that pedal, you're going to use your other leg to hop up and sit. Sit? Feet don't sit. So take your other foot and hop up onto the other pedal. Try it. So the reason you always want to have the first pedal pointing vertically down, the first pedal that you put your foot on, is that if it's too far forward, when you put weight on it, you're going to turn the wheel forward and the unicycle is going to try and escape from you. If you have the pedal too far back, when you put weight on it, that very uncomfortable saddle is going to go into a very uncomfortable place with force. I know it can actually be quite difficult to start to learn a unicycle in an open space like I'm in. So what other people have done is to practice in hallways, because then you always get a wall on either side that you can steady yourself on. Just make sure it's not in a hallway that you can ruin the paint with your pedals. And the way I practiced was in a driveway on a pair of crutches, because that didn't make me look like an idiot. A lot of people, like myself, actually learn to ride a unicycle first before learning how to free mount, and free mounting is the getting up on it without the wall or the crutch or the whatever else. And being able to ride a unicycle first actually helps because you get your balance and you know how the unicycle is going to react to you. So I would suggest doing that first, and this is kind of how you do that. So say you're balanced up against a wall and ready to go. What you want to do is imagine that the seat post is going up and straight up your spine. And try and keep that posture straight. Because if your shoulders are too far forward, or if you're slouching, it affects how the unicycle moves, because the center of balance is actually very small. So try and keep as straight a posture as possible. And here's where it gets counterintuitive. What you want to do is lean forward slightly and pedal to stop yourself falling off. I know it seems more intuitive that you want to pedal and then lean forward to keep your balance, but physics is strange. So when you're riding, always try and keep the majority of the weight on the saddle rather than on the pedals, because you want a good connection between the unicycle and the main body of mass that governs the movement of said unicycle, which is you. I know this is a lot of me talking and not a lot of videos of unicycling, but it's a skill that's not, the technique isn't that hard, but it just takes a long time to learn. It took me about 3 months to be able to ride competently and confidently, both of those con words, without any assistance and for any great distance. It's not something you can pick up overnight, so please be patient if it's something you're wanting to learn. And I know it can be like really frustrating when you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. I know it's lots of tiny little steps that actually take quite a long time. So please be patient, stick with it. And there's a goose. Look at the goose bothering hipsters. Look at them.